Aloha my friends, Kristina here, and I'm so happy to be back in a new video with you today because we're going to be making the best raw vegan burgers. If you're looking for an epic meal to make for family or friends at events, parties, or even cookouts, this is such an incredible recipe. What I love most about these burgers is that they're made from fruits, vegetables, and nuts and seeds. The ingredients are so simple and so clean, and yet this is such a nutritious and delicious recipe. What's also unique about this burger recipe is that I will be using large portobello mushrooms in place of the bread buns. So essentially, we are making some pretty rad mushroom burgers. Summer is here and it is hot outside and people are looking for recipes to enjoy at the beach or by the pool. And these raw vegan burgers are one of the best ways to entertain your guests and to introduce them to the amazing world of raw and living foods. You're going to need approximately 2 days of preparation to make these raw vegan burgers, and you're going to need 2 days because we are going to be using a dehydrator to make these epic raw vegan burgers. Now, you don't have to use a dehydrator if you don't want to or if you don't have one. They won't come out exactly like we're making them here, but you can still make them all in one day without using a dehydrator and they'll come out just great. They just won't be as put together. If you want to make them exactly how I will be showing them to you today, then we will be using a dehydrator. And on day one, we're gonna focus on creating the burger bun patty and also getting the portobello mushroom buns ready and placing them in the dehydrator overnight. And then tomorrow, right before serving, we will take the buns and the patties out of the dehydrator and we will assemble our burgers and enjoy them. I share all this with you so that you can give yourself enough time to get everything prepped in advance if you have guests coming over. I'd like to say this is definitely more of a gourmet or very special recipe to make for certain occasions, and I think it's fun to make recipes like this from time to time to have fun with and to share. And who wouldn't want to take a big delicious bite of this mushroom burger? In addition to a dehydrator, you're also going to need a blender and a food processor to make this recipe. We're going to be using the blender to make our raw vegan ketchup and mayonnaise, and we're going to be using the food processor to make our veggie patties. I'm gonna be using my Vitamix A3500 to blend and food process today. And this is one of my favorite kitchen machines to have because it is a 2-in-1 machine. You can blend and food process with this amazing machine. If you don't already have a Vitamix in your kitchen, I cannot recommend to have one enough, especially if you're just getting into making raw foods. I use my Vitamix every single day. And the Vitamix A3500 is special because you can interchange the blender head attachment with the food processor attachment, and you can switch between blending and food processing at any time. I use my Vitamix daily for making delicious dressings, sauces, soups, gazpachos, banana and ice cream, and more. If you're looking to get a new blender or food processor, if you're looking to get the A35 model that I have, please use my Vitamix sales link below. It will send you to a page that gives you all of Vitamix's most recent sales. Also, when you use this link, not only do you get free shipping on orders of $50 or more, but using this link also lets Vitamix know that I sent you, and they will let you know when there are more special offers or deals happening. So please check out that Vitamix link in the description below and enjoy. I'm so excited to share these raw vegan burgers with you. Let's dive in. Step one of making these raw vegan burgers is we are going to first make our veggie patties. And we're going to do this using a food processor. So when ready, go ahead and add into your food processor 2 chopped medium-sized carrots, 1 medium-sized beet, 1/2 to 1 cup of raw sunflower seeds, 1 cup of sun-dried tomatoes, 1/2 cup of golden ground flax seeds, 1/2 to 1 cup of raw corn, organic and non-GMO is preferred, 1 small handful of fresh parsley, 1 small handful of fresh cilantro, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, a sprinkle of black pepper, and any other spices that you want to add into your veggie patties. I'm going to be adding cumin and coriander. Pulse this mixture in your food processor until it reaches the consistency that you desire. I like to make sure that these are pulsed all the way. Look how smooth this mixture comes out in the A3500 food processor, and it takes only a few seconds to make. Unbelievable. Once you have finished processing your veggie patties, you can go ahead and remove the blade from the food processor and start taking out handfuls of the mixture, and with clean hands start scooping out a palm-size amount of this mixture so that you can start rolling it into a ball just like this. You should be able to make approximately 2 to 4 patties depending on how big you want their sizes to be. Once I have the ball nice and rolled up, I'll grab my dehydrator tray and sheet, and I'll press my patty onto my dehydrator sheet or silicone sheet. I like for them to look like burger patties, and I also like for them to be pretty thick, so you can mold these however you wish. Once you have your veggie patties molded and pressed onto your dehydrator tray, go ahead and set your dehydrator for 115 degrees for 24 hours and load your tray on in. I like to let these dehydrate overnight, and then I'll typically flip them over in the morning. That way when you want to eat them for dinner the next day, they will be ready. You want to give them approximately 24 hours in the dehydrator to be ready to eat. And as I mentioned before, you don't have to dehydrate this mixture. However, it will help it hold together more. So just know that if you don't dehydrate this mixture, you're going to end up with something more along the lines of a sloppy Joe. Now that we've got our veggie patties in the dehydrator, let's go ahead and get our mushroom buns ready to go. There are a few different ways you can choose to get your mushroom buns ready. The first way is you can simply lay your mushroom heads on your dehydrator sheet and load them into your dehydrator and let them sit overnight along with your buns. The second option is you can rub a little bit of either raw olive oil or raw coconut oil on your mushroom buns with a sprinkle of salt and let them marinate with this oil overnight. And the third option is you can rub or sprinkle them with a little bit of raw coconut aminos and let them sit in the dehydrator overnight for more of a marinated bun. Any of those options are wonderful options. I'll let you choose which one you want to try. I'll be rubbing a little bit of raw olive oil on the mushrooms with a sprinkle of salt, and then I'll place them on my dehydrator tray and load them into my dehydrator to marinate overnight so that they're ready to be my burger buns tomorrow. Believe it or not, but this prep is pretty quick and simple to do the night before, and I find that it makes prep the day of consuming your burgers a lot easier as well because you've also done much of the legwork the night before. So now that we have made our veggie patties and prepared our mushroom buns, we are going to make our fully raw ketchup and mayonnaise. Something I want to say about the ketchup and mayonnaise is that you can choose to make your ketchup and mayonnaise the day before you consume your burgers, or you can make your ketchup and mayonnaise right before you assemble your burger the day that you're going to enjoy it. And a storage tip I want to give you is that both my ketchup and mayonnaise recipes store really well in the refrigerator for about 3 to 4 days in a sealed tight glass jar or container. So you can batch make some fresh ketchup sauce or cashew mayonnaise and keep them in the refrigerator to use as extra condiments throughout the week. I'm gonna go ahead and make my ketchup and mayonnaise the day before I enjoy my burger so that tomorrow all I have to do is assemble and enjoy. As you can see here, I have swapped out my food processor attachment with my blender attachment. This is the 48-ounce container, and I'm gonna use this smaller container to blend up my condiments. It's actually easier to use a smaller container when blending smaller amounts. They become creamier and thicker. It's just easier and more convenient. Both of these condiment recipes are in my FullyRawKristina app for you to reference at all times. And this entire recipe is in my app for you so you can check out the exact ingredients. We're gonna go ahead and make the fully raw mayonnaise first. When ready, go ahead and add into your blender approximately 1 cup of raw cashews, preferably soaked and rinsed, a half of 1 lime or lemon squeezed, 1 cup of fresh coconut water, and a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. Blend this up until it is completely smooth and creamy, whipped up just like mayonnaise. And once it's ready, you can go ahead and pour this into any glass jar or storage container of your choice. Voila! This Fully Raw mayonnaise is delicious. Trust me when I say it is lick your fingers delicious. Once you've rinsed out your container, let's go ahead and make our Fully Raw ketchup. For our Fully Raw ketchup, go ahead and add into your blender approximately 1 to 1.5 cups of raw cherry tomatoes. You can also use Roma or slicer tomatoes, 1 cup of soaked sun-dried tomatoes, 1 to 2 pitted dates, a teaspoon of either raw apple cider vinegar or white balsamic vinegar, a half of 1 lime or lemon squeezed, and a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt if desired. Blend this up until it becomes completely creamy and smooth. If you want it to be thicker, add more cherry tomatoes and maybe even an extra date. If you want your ketchup to be super thick, almost like a tomato paste, use less fresh tomato. Once this has reached the consistency that you desire, go ahead and pour this into any glass jar or storage container of your choice. And yummy! Look at this Fully Raw ketchup. I cannot wait to enjoy this. Once you have let your veggie patties and your mushroom buns dehydrate overnight, you can then remove them from your dehydrator, and it is officially time to assemble our epic raw vegan burgers. Another tip I want to give you is that sometimes it's better to let your mushroom buns dehydrate for only 2 to 3 hours if you want them to be a little softer or firmer. Sometimes dehydrating them overnight can soften them a little bit too much, so I leave it up to you how long you want to let your mushroom buns dehydrate in the dehydrator. You definitely want to leave your veggie patties in the dehydrator overnight because when you take them out, they are absolutely perfect. Look how incredible these veggie patties look. Oh my gosh. I also wish you could try these veggie patties through the screen because the flavor profile is incredible. So let's go ahead and assemble our raw vegan burgers. When ready, go ahead and grab 2 of your mushroom buns. And on one of the mushroom buns, we're going to spread on our raw vegan mayonnaise that we made. And on the other bun, we're gonna spread our raw vegan ketchup. I'm gonna use the bun that has the spread mayonnaise on it as the base of my burger. I'm then gonna layer some fresh kale on top of the mayonnaise. You can also use fresh arugula or romaine. On top of that, I'm going to layer on some raw vegan pickle slices. I got these at the farmer's market. My friend makes them. They're so good. If you don't have raw pickles, you can also use sliced cucumbers. Next, I'll layer on sliced tomatoes. You can use any type of tomato here that you'd like. And then I'm gonna layer on my veggie patty. Oh my goodness, is your mouth watering yet? I'll then layer on some thinly sliced red onion, some mashed up avocado or guacamole. If you'd rather use avocado slices here, you can as well. Some fresh sprouts of your choice, some extra tomatoes and kale. And to top it off, add on your mushroom bun that has your ketchup on it. And voila, we have just assembled our raw vegan burger. How incredibly epic does this look? This is such a colorful, creative, and nutritious way to eat your veggies. And no animals were harmed in the making of this raw vegan burger. One of my favorite parts about making these burgers is taking a huge bite out of it and enjoying every single mouth-watering moment. When you slice these burgers in half, you can see all of its layers. This recipe is for the books. And as I mentioned before, this is such a great recipe to share with family and friends at any occasion. And it's such a great way to introduce raw foods to your loved ones. They will be amazed at how delicious this tastes, and they'll also feel satisfied as well. I hope that you make this raw vegan burger recipe, and I hope that you love it as much as I do. Enjoy, my friends. How delicious does this fully raw burger look? If it looks delicious to you, and if you're excited to give it a try, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because there is only more goodness to come. The exact recipe for this fully raw burger has just been added to my Fully Raw Recipe app for you. If you're looking for raw vegan recipes, please download my Fully Raw Recipe app. There are more than 500 raw vegan recipes waiting for you to try, just like this one. Also, there is a special deal happening on my app right now where all new users get 20% off. My app is available on iTunes and Google Play. Don't miss out on this opportunity to have infinite raw vegan recipes at your fingertips. I've included the download links below for you in the description. I hope that you download my app and I hope that you love it. If you're looking to get a new blender or food processor, please also check out the link for Vitamix below and check out their sales page. And also, if you use this link, it'll give you free shipping on orders of $50 or more, and by using this link, you let Vitamix know that I sent you, so I appreciate you using this link. All right, my friends, I'm gonna go and enjoy this epic raw vegan burger, and I hope that you get to go and nourish yourselves as well. I look forward to seeing you on my next video, sending you all my hugs and my love. Bye.